It has come to my attention that Twitter Japan has been censoring some of the tweets of pro-Okinawa sympathizers. Okinawans as well as Okinawan supporters have long been protesting the construction of a new U.S. military base at the beautiful coral reef at Henoko, Okinawa. The construction of this base, if allowed to continue, will destroy the bay at Henoko, including the coral reef, which is home to hundreds of rare and endangered species, including the Okinawan dugong. Though the overwhelming majority of the Okinawan population is against this base, both the Japanese government and the US military have so far completely ignored the democratic will of the Okinawan people, including their democratically elected government. The Okinawan government originally scheduled a referendum to be held on February 24th, 2019, to allow the people to decide whether or not they wanted this new military base. However, the Japanese central government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, has time and time again violated the democratic will of the Okinawan people. And so, in an effort to crush the will of the people, he has ordered the construction to go ahead and start, the irreversible part of the construction to start, and they started a couple weeks ago. They're hoping to destroy the bay before the referendum on February 24th, hoping that the Okinawan people will just give up, throw up their hands and say, oh, well, nothing we can do now. We might as well accept the base. Because Prime Minister Abe knows that if that referendum is held, that the people will vote against the base. Okay? They're not stupid. They don't want this base. They don't need it. And they want to protect their sea. They want to save their sea. Many legal scholars are calling Abe's move illegal. Not that he cares. Ultimately, Prime Minister Abe probably wants that military base for himself, because he is trying to alter Japan's constitution, which currently says Japan cannot have a military force. He wants to change that to allow Japan to restart their military. And you remember what happened the last time Japan had a military. So on December 8th, I started a petition on the White House's website to try to help save the bay at Henoko. What I'm asking for is for President Trump to please order a halt to the construction, at least until after Okinawa holds its referendum on February 24th. What I'm saying is just let the people decide. Let the democratic process have its place. The petition has gotten mass support. We reached the 100,000 signature mark set by the White House as a requirement to guarantee a response. We reached that goal in just 10 days. Despite this being a grassroots movement, we had no resources or planning. I just decided to make this petition spur of the moment because I was so concerned about the situation. We reached the 100,000 signature mark in just 10 days. That is incredible. Currently, we are at day 19, and we have so far received 170,000 signatures. Now, that's not bad, except considering we were receiving 12,000 signatures per day at one point. Now we are just down to around 1,000 per day. And I think we figured out the reason why. Now, initially, I thought it was due to the holiday season, and that might still be part of it. It's probably part of it. But that's not the only part. So yes, it does appear that pro-Okinawa supporters have become a target for attacks from pro-Abe supporters. Some of our supporters on Twitter are reporting that their tweets are mysteriously disappearing. This started occurring after we got this massive support, including support from some very famous Japanese celebrities, such as Rora. So I think what's happening is that these pro-Abe supporters are going around to pro-Okinawa tweets and reporting these tweets to Twitter, saying that, I don't know, they're saying things that go against the Abe administration, I guess. There's no reason to report these tweets. There's no reason these tweets should be censored. Okay, these tweets, there's no hate speech in it. Like, this is democracy. I mean, this is politics. Like, this is freedom of speech. But Minister Abe doesn't seem to know what freedom of speech is. But the worst part is that Twitter Japan is actually censoring these tweets. It's actually okay with these pro-Abe sympathizers reporting these tweets. And Twitter Japan is actually taking these tweets down so people can't see them. Why? Well, this might be part of the reason. Yes, that is the CEO of Twitter Japan. He is friends with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Abe has displayed a lot of racism against the Okinawan people. And so yes, you could say that the CEO of Twitter Japan is friends with a racist dictator. In addition to taking down some of the pro-Okinawa tweets, they also seem to be promoting more of the pro-Abe tweets and less of the pro-Okinawa tweets. So the pro-Okinawa tweets are not even getting out there anymore, really. Not nearly as much as they were before. This is censorship. Obviously, this is a violation of freedom of speech. And this is not democratic at all. Here we had a grassroots movement to try to save this beautiful sea at Henoko, Okinawa. Okinawans are a small group of indigenous islanders, okay? There's only around 1.7 million of us in the world, okay? We are not a large group of people. And we have a long history of being oppressed by both Japan and the United States. So here we had this grassroots movement started from the ground up, no prior planning or anything, no financial assistance. And suddenly it became wildly successful. Overnight, it became wildly successful. 100,000 signatures in just 10 days. And then the Abe administration has to send his Gestapo out against us to try to censor us and stop our movement from reaching the United States, from reaching Americans, the average American citizen. They knew that if we were to reach the general public in the United States, that this thing could take off and we could get hundreds of thousands of signatures. And so they've done everything they could to try to shut us down. Oh, and I'm also told that Facebook of Japan is also hand in hand with the Abe administration as well. So we are probably also being hurt and censored on Facebook, which is why our signatures, we were getting 12,000 per day, every day, and now we're down to just 1,000. I think this just shows that Japan is not a democracy. It's not a democracy, guys. They have no problem violating the basic human rights of Okinawans and Okinawan supporters. Anytime someone says something that goes against Abe, that's it. They're getting censored. Now, I haven't been censored, at least as far as I know, because I'm here in Hawaii. But it sounds as if our supporters, my friends and colleagues in both Okinawa and Japan, are being censored. This is nothing new, okay, guys? This is nothing new. This type of censorship and lack of democracy is nothing new for Japan. You know, Japan is fairly new to being a democracy, okay? It's only been a democracy since around 1945-ish, you know, shortly after World War II. So, you know, I totally understand that the countries are not perfect. The larger the country, the more, you know, problems there are going to be. And no democracy is perfect. I get that. But they are purposely going after Okinawans and Okinawan supporters in order to build that military base against the will of the Okinawan people. This is prejudice. Abe has shown a lot of prejudice against Okinawa. Okay, this is not the first time. We know he's prejudiced, okay? We know he's racist against Okinawans. And a lot of right-wing Japan nationalist people are. They don't like Okinawans, and they don't really like anyone besides other Japanese right-wing supremacists, nationalists. So what are we going to do? We're just going to keep pushing forward. We need to get more creative in how we use social media, on Twitter and Facebook. We just need to find new and creative ways just to push the petition and general awareness for Henoko and for Okinawa as a whole. We need to find new creative ways, okay? And let's not, I mean, we don't have to say too much about Abe right now, okay? Instead, let's focus more on just Henoko and Okinawa. And because the deadline for the petition is coming up, January 7th, the White House only allows it to be open for 30 days, okay? We want to get as much signature, as much support as possible, because that gives us the best chance to save Henoko. So yes, we're going to think of some new creative ways to spread our message. And besides that, we actually have a lot of good things in the works going on. I've been working with a lot of you watching, and just a lot of other pro-Okinawa supporters and Okinawan activists. So we got a lot of good things coming up. January 5th, there's going to be a big rally at Henoko at 12 p.m. Okinawa time. It's going to be live streamed across the world. So tune in for that. And then January 7th, I will be in Washington, D.C. in front of the White House to celebrate the closing of the petition. We will be doing a press conference and a rally for Okinawa. And that will be live streamed as well. So January 7th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Besides that, we also have a lot of other cool and exciting things in the works. I'm sorry I cannot really talk about it right now, but trust me, we're working on it as fast as we can, okay? We just need your continued support and your prayers. And by all means, if any of you have any ideas on how we can better support not only the petition but just Henoko and Okinawa in general, please let us know. We need all the help we can get, please. Alright, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you would like to see more videos like this. I do videos about other topics too. And if you like, please leave us a comment down below. Doing these things just helps us better promote our message across the internet. Thanks again so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.